Coming up on Mountain News this morning, police say the growth of cannabis in the Commonwealth has declined ahead of next year's legalization.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. We are inching up to that 5:30 mark this Friday morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall for a look at your forecast. Megan, it's Friday, and to make it even more special, it's Friday the 13th. However you see it.
It's a little bit of a spooky day, but at least we won't be feeling that way because we have much better weather ahead of us starting this afternoon. But those temperatures this morning, unfortunately, will be on the unlucky side of things. We're in the 20s for most of the area. Jackson in the 30s, 33 degrees. Somerset and Monticello 32, but most places, again, still seeing those 20s, so spend that time this morning to make sure your car is warm before you head out on the road. But here is the better news. We are going to see the 50s once again today with those high temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s. We will have those cloudy skies as you're heading throughout your day, but not going to be too bad. As you watch this morning's satellite and radar, we do have the clouds starting to move into our area, getting thicker, especially as we're heading towards that 3 o'clock hour. So as we break down that Friday forecast, those temperatures will be warming up and we'll hit that high around that 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock hour, and then we'll overtake the skies with clouds. Madison.
All right, Megan, thank you. Medical cannabis will soon be legal in Kentucky. The state's history with the drug runs deep. For decades, the state has ranked pretty high when it comes to illegal grow sites. The U.S. Forest Service's list for the last 6 years put Kentucky in the top spot. But as Kristen Kennedy explains why those growing numbers are suddenly going down.
A couple decades ago, it was pretty normal to hear choppers flying through the Daniel Boone National Forest.
Things change. In the 90s and the 80s, it was a major economic source for this area, as well as hot demand for it.
Those helicopters were identifying illegal marijuana growing operations.
Kentucky, and the Daniel Boone specifically, has always had a problem with marijuana, and a lot of that's due to the remote nature of the land.
These 700,000 acres, about 1.5 million acres if you count the proclamation boundary, are a big reason why Kentucky is one of the top states for illegal grow operations. The U.S. Forest Service compiled a list of all the illegal grow sites on their property for the last few years. Data compiled between the years 2018 and 2023 showed 744 sites in Kentucky. That's almost triple the amount found in the state with the second highest total, California. This year, though, Special Agent King says their numbers dropped significantly.
I think we had documented 62 plants as far as on National Forest Service lands, whereas years before that it was in the thousands.
Do you guys expect those numbers to continue to go down when we see the rollout of medical marijuana in the state?
It's too early to tell at this point. I know in other states, such as California, it actually increased the legal grow sites when medical marijuana came available.
King credits increased efforts with the U.S. Forest Service and Kentucky State Police with keeping those numbers low. We'll have to wait for next year's rollout to see if Kentucky's mirrors California's rise. For WKYT Investigates, I'm Kristen Kennedy.
Kentucky State Police's marijuana eradication team works alongside the U.S. Forest Service. They declined our request for interviews. A former Manchester police officer was sentenced to 18 months in prison following a civil rights violation. Court documents show Sean Curry and other officers were made aware of a 911 call from a pool hall. Curry and the officers reportedly confronted the pool hall owner, who started running away. Curry then tased the person in the back. Curry was accused of lying to authorities about the force he used. Police say an armed and dangerous suspect in Claiborne County is now in custody. Ralph Ray was wanted after his ankle monitor was cut off. Authorities say he was wanted for possession of meth, fentanyl, and a firearm while committing a dangerous felony. Louisville is 6,000 miles from Syria, but for some, what is happening there hits very close to home. Under the tyranny of the Assad regime, hundreds of thousands died and thousands more disappeared. Now that the fighting is over, one Syrian expat who lives in the city is already talking about returning. Dr. Amar Al-Masaki is a Syrian-born pulmonologist who moved to Louisville in 2021 and became a U.S. citizen. Al-Masaki says that the hundreds of Syrian refugees in Louisville are wishing and hoping for clues to the whereabouts of loved ones lost and missing. Christmas in a small town is underway in Hazard. 3 days are jam-packed with events to get you in the spirit of the holiday season. There will be food, train rides, a petting zoo, ice skating rink, and more. Perry County Judge Executive says the event continues to grow, bringing visitors to the county.
The first effect of it was to give our people something to do, to keep people here, to bring people back downtown and give them that memory and experience that I had growing up here. And so it's so fun to see people come through taking pictures and people telling us, hey, this is, we had great Christmas memories here.
If the weather permits, there will be a music-synced fireworks show at 8 Saturday evening. And as folks look for things to do around Eastern Kentucky for the holidays, thousands are also preparing for road trips. Kids are opening new toys and decorations are going up. But all of these things come with risk. Dr. Zachary Warrener with UK Healthcare says the biggest reason as to why folks may spend their holiday in the emergency room are car crashes and falls.
That's a lot of our elderly patients, trying to minimize trip hazards, fall hazards, and trying to make that environment as safe as we can for the loved ones that come to visit us.
When your child is opening up a gift, Dr. Warrener says you should inspect it. Small parts can be choking hazards. He says his main concern are button batteries. The Christian Appalachian Project, or CAP, spread the joy of Christmas a little bit early this year. Operation Sharing Program volunteers came to Lee County Elementary passing out gifts for children. There was also a guest appearance from Santa Claus, who brought along his signature hot chocolate. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman also made her way to Lee County, saying she is grateful to witness such a special day for the kids.
And I'm just so honored that they invited me to be a small part of it, because this is joy, and to see the kids' faces, to know that they are going to be so excited to get these presents, it makes all the adults' days too.
Kids had big smiles on their faces as they were handed a bag full of toys. In total, CAP received approximately 3 million toys to give out this year.
When it comes to vascular health, precision and expertise are essential. At ARH, our renowned vascular team, Dr. Rothstein, Dr. Toussaint, and Dr. Shoptaw, use cutting-edge techniques to treat everything from varicose veins to life-threatening aneurysms. With over 78 years of combined experience, they deliver the highest standard of care. To learn more about the ARH vascular team, ask your healthcare provider for a referral. ARH, more for Appalachia.
After a busy morning, this DQ breakfast bowl lets me take a moment all to myself. So I'd like to take a moment to recognize you, DQ breakfast bowl. Somehow you fit all my breakfast favorites all in one convenient bowl. Warm, fluffy eggs, hash browns, sausage, cheese, and grilled onions, nestled in a hearty bowl topped with my choice of savory gravy or zesty salsa. Oh, we should all be so selfless and delicious. DQ, happy tastes good.
Sandy Heating and Cooling has been serving the people of Eastern Kentucky for over 43 years.
Call Big Sandy Heating and Cooling now for a free estimate on a new system. Our licensed and certified technicians can have your job installed in no time.
When a technician is dispatched to your home, you can track us on your mobile device.
Call Big Sandy Heating and Cooling for all your service and maintenance needs. We've always got your service history at our fingertips.
We are your local Lennox Premier dealer. Call Big Sandy Heating and Cooling.
Yeah, dude, that doesn't look good.
I know what to do. I'm going to cashnetusa.com. I can apply minutes, and if approved, I can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Go to cashnetusa.com to apply for the money you need.
The holidays could always use more Ghirardelli peppermint bark. More sweaters that hit the mark. More drinks with festive sparks. Because this season, there's no such thing as too much. Ghirardelli Peppermint Bark adds just the right touch.